All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. This is the ASAP Football Frenzy, and I'm here today with Aaron. How is it going?
Hey, long time no see, Nate.
Long time no see for you as well. We had another interesting week in NFL, and last week I wrote down every pick that Dell had for his predictions, and I wrote mine down as well. I ended up with a record of 10-4. Dell finished off 5-9.
Well.
So let's go ahead and backtrace some of these games that were, let's just say we had a difference of opinion on. But it still ended up, we had a difference of opinion on. And let's start off with the only NFL game of the week that he actually got right, and I was the one that got it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I picked Baltimore. He picked Pittsburgh in that one. There has been this controversy going on back and forth with social media. It's actually ASAP in the morning, the crew on them over there talked about it. So I don't want to be beating on a dead horse. But do you think that Jim Harbaugh made the right call when they decided to go for 2 instead, even though that it didn't work out? Even though it didn't work out, did you think it was still the right call?
Yeah, because on the road you go for the win. At home, you play to go to overtime. I think it was a right play, right call. Just bad execution by the quarterback.
I 100% agree with you on that. But the thing is, I have seen people throughout today, and it has been bugging me. It has been annoying because I've seen so many people out there on social media who are like, hey, that was just a terrible call by Jim Harbaugh. He should be gone because of that bad call.
No,
I'm like, dude, I can't. I have one question. If the play actually worked, would you be saying that right now?
Yeah, exactly. If the play worked, I mean, they would say, "Wow, what a great call by Harbaugh. This is why he's one of the best coaches."
People would be like, "Hey, this is the best call in the world," and like, I don't want to be beating on a dead horse, but I'm going to have to go with pride because he's actually the first one to talk about this. When you're judging a play, you got to know the context on whether or not if it's a bad call or not. Don't look at the outcome.
Right.
I have seen so many people, and it's getting sick and annoying.
I wouldn't say you can't look at the outcome because part of the play is the players executing, and also knowing your personnel. I think he knew his personnel, but he's expected Lamar Jackson to make a better throw, and Lamar just didn't make his best throw.
Yeah, it's kind of like stats don't tell the whole story, but they do tell part of it.
Yep.
For this, I would say that, hey, you might look at it first, but you got to know what really went down and investigate what happened before you actually say, was this a good call? Was this a bad call?
Exactly.
Um, the next one up, going into Sunday night football, another game that was split. I'm sorry, yeah, Sunday night football. I picked the Kansas City Chiefs as a Denver Broncos fan, and Dale's goes, no, the Broncos are gonna pull an upset, even though he was wrong on that pick. After seeing so many people, it wasn't as crazy. Even though it was a bad game, it wasn't as crazy as time went on. Broncos are the only NFL team this season to have 400 combined yards in a game, 400 plus combined yards in a game, put up more yardage by 100 plus than an opponent, and have the time of possession in the game by an additional 7 minutes, and lose the game. It has been done 28 times with that. That stat has been done 28 times this season by 8 different NFL games, and 27 of them ended up with the win. We are the only NFL team that lost with that stat.
Well, a couple things going against you is, so Kansas City is in the mode. I recorded a podcast for earlier today. Kansas City is in the mode of they're taking what the defense gives them, and they're not, and their defense playing up to par. So they don't care about yardage, they don't care about stats, they just care about winning at this point. So I can see that stat happening, and also you have a quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater who can get you only so far. He's not going to win you a playoff game. He can get you right there. He doesn't have the talent to put you over. Let's say if they have a better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater, like a marginally better, like a smidge better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater, they probably win that game. But Teddy Bridgewater gives them limitations on what he can do, because he's not going to take risks when the plays are there. He's going to make the safe play. So you're going to have games. You're going to have another game like this where they're going to outgain another team and still come up short because he can't score them touchdowns when he needs to.
So what you said might answer my next question, but I'll still ask it anyways. Do you think that this game was on coaching at all, or do you think?
No, I think they had a good game plan. You look at Javonte Williams; he came out with 170 yards of scrimmage yards, and a touchdown. He was their lead back. The guy that they drafted. Their defense held Kansas City to really only 15 points. I think the score is 22-9, and one of them was a pick six.
Yeah, one of them was a pick six. So yeah, it was 15 points.
So Kansas City Chiefs to 15 points. Your offense, like you said, gained all these yards, just couldn't get to the end zone. So I think coaching was fine. At some point, it comes down to the players executing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, executing at the red zone. I completely agree with you on that. Now, which then goes into the next game that we had a little bit of a difference on. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Washington football team. I picked Washington to win that, and he picked the Las Vegas Raiders. Final score of that game, Washington ended up with Raiders. Let's just say the Raiders almost pulled off the W, but almost doesn't count except for horseshoes or hand grenades. What are your thoughts on that game?
The Raiders need a head coach. That's what they need.
Yes.
Raiders need a head coach. It's clear that the guy that they're doing interim duties is not going to cut it, because they have moments in the game where they can win. Because Washington football team is not good. I mean, I know Tyler Heineke can make some plays, but at a certain point, you kind of saw it in the playoffs last year. He's not going to be that guy for you. Yeah, man. Just comes down to just the Raiders need a head coach because they could have won if John Gruden's still coaching that team, they win.
No, I don't. I disagree with you because the Raiders have seemed to, for some whatever reason, other than that 1 year where they actually put weapons around Derek Carr, which okay, it might have been a problem with the people around Derek Carr, but I think, to tell you the truth, I think that John Gruden has been an issue because the Raiders have been a really great first half team, but they struggled to pull it off in the second half. So I think that is on coaching because the momentum, the energy is just not the same.
Yeah.
It's just not the same in the second half. So, it's getting to that point where this is the second half of the season.
Yeah.
I'm very big into numbers and stats. Playoff eliminations. Nobody's going to care about what I'm about to say, but the Texans are the first team mathematically eliminated, and if we're down to that point, then yeah, it's second. It's close to the end of the season.
Was it Texans or was it the Jaguars?
The Jaguars. No, it wasn't the Jaguars.
Oh.
Just the Texans.
Okay.
But let's talk about the Jaguars. Actually, Dell picked the Jaguars to upset the Los Angeles Rams because, okay, yeah, they're on a 3-game losing streak, but it's the Jags.
I like the Jags in most games unless it's against a Super Bowl contender. And even a Super Bowl contender that's struggling like the Rams are. The Rams are still a good NFL team, and they didn't even play their best running back. They sat him, and they still won by 30 points. The Jaguars have a couple players on defense. Obviously, you got Trevor Lawrence, but it's clear that the coaching
had a great game. Which, to be honest, Cooper Kupp had a great game. But to be honest, I think that the Rams have not been a really good have not used him well. Have not used the run game well and have not used him well.
Oh, you mean Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp, yeah.
I would say lately they haven't.
Really, since Odell came in, I feel like Cooper Kupp has not been used well. And same with the running game.
Maybe they're trying to get Odell's confidence up for the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe. So I picked one of my two upsets. I think I picked two upsets in that game. Two upsets this week, and I had the Chargers ended up beating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Good call.
But it was not. I thought it was going to be a close match.
It was closer than the score predicted. They just had a couple.
I agree with that.
Flipped it.
I just thought it was going to be closer for the score. The first half, it was just a complete Charger blowout. Really up until Cincinnati ended up scoring their first goal.
Mm-hmm.
But really, since then, it's been a competitive game after that. It's just the first half is what really defined the game. Yeah,
I thought Cincinnati would show up early and often. I thought they'll run the ball effectively. I mean, they started to run the ball a little better in the second half. The Chargers. I didn't think the Chargers would come across the pond and be able to play. Especially, they're helped by the 4:00 kick, but I thought Cincinnati would still be able to control home field advantage because the Chargers were coming across the country, and the Chargers are used to playing away games because in their home stadium, most of the other team's fans are cheering. So,
yes, I agree with you on that. I feel like, shout out to the crew over there on the Spotlight Sports Network. I feel like I can't remember who said this. If you're out there in the comments, let me know, or if you watched that show in the comments, let me know who said this. But somebody on the Spotlight Sports Network said that they feel like the Las Vegas Raiders is kind of getting the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Vegas is a gambling town, and to be honest, this Las Vegas Raiders team is more away than home. To tell you the truth, it's more of a away field advantage instead of a home field advantage. You really didn't have that problem out in Oakland.
Yeah, no, because the Oakland Raiders fans were loyal. Same with the San Diego fans.
Yes,
the San Diego fans were definitely loyal. You would never see that happen. Even if you think about it, the Rams, Los Angeles Rams fans are even that way. I don't. They're in St. Louis is a little different.
I don't think that. Well, with the Rams, I think that the only team that they would have that would have like a away field advantage, kind of sort of, when going up against the Rams would be the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a very big presence out in, for Dallas Cowboys fans out in LA. Not just he can testify to that. But to be honest with you, we do have a comment out there. He says, "Sup, Nate, Broncos should have won last night. If you had a better quarterback, Mr. Check down Teddy Bridgewater, and actually had a quarterback who could throw a good deep ball, y'all would have won. Your defense held your defense held Kansas City's offense to 15 points. Yeah, I agree with you. Isaiah. I just felt like, to be honest, most of our issues within yesterday's game happened in the in third down.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah. Yeah. Not. I mean, they had one drive when they had the ball for 10 minutes, and I think they only came off with a field goal. Field goals need to beat. And in college, I'll say it again. Ohio State lost the Michigan one because they decided to kick field goals, weren't aggressive enough. And then you're going to see this happening in the Super Bowl. The team that kicks the most field goals, I guarantee you they lose.
Yeah, except if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2017 and you went up against the Kansas City Chiefs. But anyway,
yeah.
Going into this next game, we kind of got off topic a little bit. Eagles Jets. I picked the Eagles to win that one. You picked the Jets.
Yeah, I picked the Jets on my other show. I picked the Jets.
Here's a quick embarrassing stat for Jets fans out there.
Yeah.
You know how many times the Jets have beaten the Eagles in NFL history?
Is it what, like 5?
It's 0.
Oh, wow.
They have never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles, and both teams have been around since the 60s?
Yeah, even before that.
I think the Eagles had been around longer than that because there was that moment where they because of World War II, they combined their roster with Pittsburgh Steelers roster.
Oh wow!
I can't remember what they called it, but yes, yeah, Eagles have been around since the 40s, and the Jets have been around since I might be wrong on this stat, but they've been around since at least the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even earlier.
That's a good call right there.
And to tell you the truth, they have not ever beaten the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's crazy. That's a crazy stat.
60 years.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat for sure.
And this is the 12th game. 12th game.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still crazy to me because you think about all the Eagles teams they had. I guess when what NFL schedule works,
yeah,
I can kind of see probably why, because you don't play the same team every year. It's a little different in college football. But what's crazy about that game is, what do you do next week if you're Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts is healthy? Do you play Jalen Hurts or do you play Gardner Minshew?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I do the fantasy football podcast, and we do a daily fantasy football. I'm not sure if you heard of that, if you know about that, where you pick your lineup once a week, and it's a salary cap base. But I told people to play Gardner Minshew. So he was only $4,000, and he scored 20 fantasy points. You can't knock that production. I think at one point he was 8 for 8 with 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, he was dropping dimes left and right. Minshew Mania is back. So we gotta see. We gotta see what the Eagles do with that.
So the Philadelphia Eagles next week. We'll talk a little bit more when we make our picks here. But the Philadelphia Eagles their next week opponent is the. They don't have one.
They're a bye.
They have a bye, and their next opponent is the Washington football team. Starting their defense, I feel like both quarterbacks have their own strengths. So I feel like here on out, I think they could swap who's the starting quarterback. I can definitely see that going on because I feel like Gardner Minshew is a better passer.
Yeah.
Hurts. But Jalen Hurts is a way better on the run.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is obviously the better athlete. Obviously,
yeah, he's a better athlete, but
Minshew's a better quarterback. He can read the defenses better. He throws a catchable ball. The only problem I didn't like is he didn't throw the ball enough to Devontae Smith.
I would start Gardner Minshew next week.
Now you start Gardner Minshew. He's still a young quarterback, but then you still have Jalen Hurts, who you drafted in the second round. So you have to end up trading Jalen Hurts at that point and try to get value out of him. While he still might have some value to another team.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying start Gardner Minshew the rest of the year. I'm saying play to the defense's strengths and weaknesses.
You still got a chance to win that division. The Cowboys aren't that good, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's actually the last game. Well, actually, that's not true. Thursday Night Football, there was a little bit of a difference there.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys to win that game, and he picked the Saints. Saints to win this. And Cowboys ended up winning that game. It was 27-17 was the final score. It wasn't like a big blowout, but you realize you're talking about the Saints, who definitely have a stronger defense than say the Falcons, for example, or the Giants, or So this game was expecting, even though that the Saints didn't have Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, or Jameis Winston for that matter. And what are your thoughts? Do you think it was? Do you think that this was as good of a game as it was on paper?
No, I thought this. No, I didn't think this game would be a watchable game. I don't think much of Taysom Hill as a quarterback, NFL quarterback, fantasy quarterback. He's great.
Oh yes, he is.
But as far as an NFL quarterback, no, I don't. So if I have to sit through watching him play as a quarterback, I'm not going to do it. And then I'm here saying that, and Taysom Hill is 3-2 as an NFL starter as a quarterback. But I think he's just heavily limited.
Last year, somebody put Taysom Hill in tight end position.
That was me too.
Yeah, last year somebody put Taysom Hill in the tight end position. It was only for one game, but that's because Travis Kelce was, he had a bye. He had a bye that week. That week, Taysom Hill scored 27 points on him. I still ended up beating him by 50, but anyway, that's a story for another day. With that being said, it's now time to make our picks. But first, let's go ahead and go into a quick commercial break from the T-shirts, the ASAP Network merch.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
All right, welcome back. This is, like I said before the commercial break, this is the ASAP Football Frenzy. And going into the part 2 of the show where we actually go in, break it down, and make our picks for next week. Starting off, first you have the Thursday night football game. And I scrolled into, never mind, this is the right. Oh, yeah. Very first game of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. Who do you have?
So in this game, I am going to lean towards the Vikings. They're going to be pretty pissed off that they lost to the Lions. And this is the NFL up-down theory. If one team's coming off a high, like the Steelers, a very emotional win, and a team coming off a low of a very emotional loss,
that is the
give me the
reason.
Vikings.
That is the 100% the reason why I picked the Chargers to beat the Bengals last week. Because the Bengals did come off of a high win when they were 2 weeks ago, and the Chargers lost to Denver. So that's the reason, 100% reason why I picked the Bengals to lose last week.
Yeah.
And that's 100% the reason why I'm going to go with Minnesota in this one. So I'm taking the Vikings as well.
All right.
So next game after that is the Saints and the Jets. Who do you have for this one?
So Taysom Hill, there's a chance Taysom Hill doesn't play in this game. We could see Alvin Kamara come back and play. For that being said, give me the Saints. I think their defense will be too much for Zach Wilson, who I said will be a bust of all the quarterback prospects in this draft class. So give me the Saints.
Jameis Winston, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Taysom Hill, Teddy Bridgewater. You didn't even play for that very long. I don't care as long as you have Alvin Kamara on that team. Anyone can beat any quarterback can beat this New York Jets team. So I'm picking the Saints as well.
All right.
I said Phillip Rivers because of the old quote that he made. But anyway, Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Chris McCaffrey will not be playing in this game. Falcons did come off with a loss in a closer game than I thought was going to happen. But anyway, I'll go first on this. I still think if PJ Walker is the starting quarterback, I think he's going to be the starting quarterback. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. But if Cam Newton's starting, I'm going with the Falcons.
So, interesting game. The Panthers just fired the offensive coordinator.
I hated that.
I don't understand the firing. That being said, the Panthers are still the better team, but the Falcons are the better coach team. So give me the Falcons to win.
Okay. So for sake of argument, I'm going to go with the Panthers.
All right.
So next game is the Seahawks and the Texans. Yeah, nothing much to say. I have the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks. Coming off, even though they're coming off a good win, they could be possibly, thinking that they're back. But the Houston Texans they don't have enough to contend with them. So give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I know. Again, like I said, I see the Texans more getting that number 1 overall pick than the Seahawks do. I think that really this game comes down to that battle of who's going to get a higher pick in the draft. That's honestly how it is.
Yeah.
The Seahawks have 4 wins already. Well, I mean, I say it's already, but it's getting close to the end of the season. But the Texans only have 2. Give me the Seahawks.
All right.
As I just wrote your name down, the Texans down under your thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't take the Texans.
So next game is Raiders and Chiefs.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like I said before, Raiders are not a second half team. I don't think the Chargers are going to be a second half team either this year, even though they did come out with a win over the Cincinnati Bengals. But give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's an easy pick. Chiefs, no analysis needed from me. I'll say that the Raiders need a head coach.
Yes, I agree with you on that. This is probably going to be, I know Broncos are not playing in this one, but this is probably going to be my favorite game to watch.
Interesting.
The Cleveland Browns are the home team against the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many interceptions Lamar Jackson is going to throw in this one.
Yeah.
I have the Ravens winning this one, but I think it's going to be a close game like last time.
Most games are close in the black and blue division, but I'm going to take the Ravens because they're the better team. Baker Mayfield. I don't think they extended Baker Mayfield yet, so he could be.
I don't think they did either, but I will say this. Because of his injury, I'm not blaming these losses on Baker Mayfield. I'm not. I can't. Because other than the fact that he has been playing, that's the only thing I can blame on Baker. Because you realize on his left leg, I can't remember what the names of the injuries were, but he has 2 injuries just on his left leg alone. And then he has another, and he's hurt somewhere else as well. So why in the world has Baker been playing? To tell you the truth, and I'm not saying Case Keenum is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. I don't think it's close. I think Baker Mayfield is more talented than Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm.
But because of his injuries, because of him being hurt, even though that he's been playing, because of him being hurt, I think that if you put in Case Keenum within this past couple of weeks, I think they would have had a better chance at winning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And I do know Baker's hurt, but I don't see Baker being a quarterback to. I mean, also because they don't have enough weapons at receivers to really help him out. So, but that being said, give me Ravens.
Next up is Washington and Dallas. Dallas is another team that has not been really that traditionally ever since traditionally they are a team that struggle since Thanksgiving, and I thought this was a Jason Garrett thing, which is why I picked the Cowboys to beat the Broncos when I did. I did bet on it because I don't like to do sports gambling, but B, because if I did, I wouldn't. This would not be a game. I thought this would not be a game that would be this. Talking about Cowboys and Broncos here, this wouldn't be a good game to bet on.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Cowboys have not beaten the Broncos since 1995. That's just another quick embarrassing stat here, but I got off topic. With this game, the Dallas Cowboys, I think they will split against the Washington football team. I think that they were going to get the win here.
Dallas.
You have Dallas?
Yeah.
Only because Washington is at home. Don't like the quarterback situation here. I don't know why Ray is saying that Tyler Heineke is the best quarterback in the NFC East.
He's not even better than Daniel Jones. So
I agree.
And they're similar players, two sneaky athletic white quarterbacks who don't have strong arms, but are heavily accurate and try hard guys.
How in the world could you say that Tyler Heineke is the best quarterback in the NFC East when you are not even the starting quarterback in the XFL?
Yeah.
And the XFL is filled with a bunch of players that are backups on other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, currently PJ Walker. But that's another... No, I already passed Panther Falcons, so I don't want to talk about that.
Yep.
So, anyway, Jaguars, Titans. Titans have the home team here.
Titans coming off a bye. You're going to see a heavy running attack against them.
I think Derrick Henry's back.
No, not yet. They're gonna save him as long as they can. Because they don't really need him to go to the playoffs. I think they can easily coast through. You could see the receivers eventually come back, like AJ Brown. I think both AJ Brown and Julio are on IR. So I think Julio is eligible to return either this week or next week. But I don't think they need them to beat this team. So give me the Titans.
I do have an upset coming in the Jaguars schedule, but it's not this game. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say the upset now.
Okay.
When the Jaguars have the home field advantage against the Indianapolis Colts, I think they will win.
Okay.
Because the Jaguars have not lost to the Indianapolis Colts at home, which, by the way, that's the last game of the Jaguars season.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you freeze? Oh, I think Nate froze. A little connection difficulties, or did I freeze? Chat, let me know if I'm still talking or if Nate is still there. Aha. All right. I don't know what Nate was going with that there, but I can give you guys some more of my picks at least. Where we left off, you can probably go with the Giants and Cardinals game, or Chargers game. I think this is a game that the Chargers win. They're favored by 10.5. So Vegas is pretty much telling you that this game won't be close. And it's always going to be tougher for teams to come across the country to play. And the Chargers are a playoff team, and the Giants are not. So give me the Chargers to win that game. Next game is looking at the 49ers and the Bengals. Two teams coming off emotional losses. The 49ers choked that game away to the Seattle Seahawks. A couple bad interceptions. And then you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who were down 23-0 early in that game and had to battle their way all the way back. The Bengals are staying at home. The 49ers have to come across the country. Both teams would like to run the football. Both pretty good defense as well, but I think the Bengals gets it done. The game of the week is going to be Bills versus the Buccaneers. And obviously, we just saw the Bills lose the Windy City Bowl against the Patriots this week, Tom Brady's old team, and they're going to face Tom Brady's new team, the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are vulnerable against the pass, and the Bills are going to love to pass the ball in that humid weather down there in Florida. So I'm going to take the Bills in the upset. The Bills are getting to right now. So if you like to gamble like I do, you would take the Bills money line early and get it while you can. All right, sorry. Nate's having a little internet issue. Sunday night football game is the Bears versus the Packers. Again, Vegas is telling us that this game would not be close. The Packers are favored by 11.5, and I don't expect this game to be close. I expect Aaron Jones to get a little more workload in this one than he did in the previous week. So if you're a fantasy football guy like me, look to play Aaron Jones this week to get some easy fantasy points. But give me the Packers to win this game outright. And then the last game of the week is the Rams at Cardinals, a rematch of a game a couple weeks or earlier in the season where the Cardinals just came out and was like their coming out party and they destroyed the Rams. Matthew Stafford is not right now. He's battling some injuries, and as a Lions fan, I've seen him. Oh, there he is.
All right, yeah, I had a little bit of an internet problem. I'm gonna pull up the schedule real quick since I had to refresh everything.
So I went over some of my plays. So when you go through the games, I've already kind of told them my plays because I want to leave them hanging here with just me sitting here.
So we went through Titans and Jaguars real quick. I said what I said about the Chargers, about them being like a second half team. So I'm going to go through those little quickly. I have the Chargers in this one. They play the Giants.
Yep, I have the Chargers as well.
Okay. Lions and Broncos. I have Denver winning that one.
This game is at Detroit, right?
Yeah. No. It's at Denver.
Okay. Oh, that's the one. That's the one game I missed. Yeah, give me Denver. The Lions aren't going to play well in Denver.
Mm-hmm. They are on a 1-game winning streak. They had the only win of the season, but yeah. The Cincinnati Bengals, they play the San Francisco 49ers. Bengals are the home field, have the home field advantage.
Yeah, I said Bengals in this one just because
I'm going to go with the Bengals as well.
Yeah, I think they get it done. Garoppolo is going to feel the heat. So,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they play the Buffalo Bills.
Yep, I'm going with the up-down theory. I'm taking the Bills to win this game.
Ooh. So do I.
Okay.
We have very similar picks. Like there's not as lot of differences here. The Green Bay Packers, they're the home team against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, it's Packers.
Yeah, I have Packers too. And the final game of the season, the week is the Rams and the Cardinals.
Yeah, I was going over this game when you came back in.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was saying Matthew Stafford is a little banged up right now. If you think the Cardinals are going to sweep, then you choose the Cardinals. If you don't think the Cardinals are man enough to sweep, you take the Rams. But I see no reason really to take the Rams in this game. I think the Cardinals are the better team. And they really didn't show a lot last week against the Bears.
Yeah.
With that being said, all that stuff I just said, I think the Rams win the game for some odd reason. I don't know why.
So yes, the Rams they won last week, but they still have been a team that's been struggling. And the Jaguars, okay, yeah, that beat the Jaguars by 30, I get it, but the Jaguars are not a good team.
No.
And really, since Odell has been traded, that's their only win. I'm going with Cardinals at home.
Yeah, just give me the Rams because I have a sneaky feeling that they win, and I also want to have some different games than you. So give me the
Rams. So, I want to count one thing real quick. So, Rams, Cardinals. A lot of these games I felt like were obvious, even though that we both picked the upset for the Bills and the Buccaneers. I felt like a lot of these games were a little bit of the same. We had 1, 2. We had 3 games that we had different venues on.
Okay. There we go.
Washington, Dallas. Falcons, Panthers, and Rams, Cardinals. The one thing that it is a playoff elimination clinching scenario that you guys might need to be aware of by this week. And no, this is not about the Jaguars, the Texans, or anything about that. Is that if the Vikings end up losing on Thursday to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Packers win, Packers have the division, and that's math speaking, not the opinion based.
Yeah,
they clinch the division if the Packers win and Vikings lose. I don't think it's gonna happen because I had the Vikings winning, obviously, but
because the Vikings will have 8 losses and the Packers will have 10 wins, and yeah, that's true because I think the Packers beat them twice already, didn't they, or just once?
No, once. Vikings
okay.
Vikings beat them once. Oh, wait, hold on.
The Vikings beat the Packers.
Vikings beat the Packers, but I don't think they played twice.
So the Vikings have the tiebreaker right now. So even if they lose, they should still be able to somehow, some way, if they have one more game left to play against them. So it's not going to hurt. It's not going to help. It's not going to help them.
Yeah, they have not played twice. They have they played only one time. The Vikings had the win. They won't play until after New Year's because they play on January 2nd.
Is that the last game of the season? So week 17 or week 18?
Second last. It's week 17.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then the Packers play the Lions week 18.
Yeah. On January 9th, the day after my birthday.
Nice.
So anything else before we give this a close out?
No, man. I guess you can listen to the playback from when you left. I get some pretty good insight, so you have to go back and listen to that. But that was all good. It's good to be back on the show. I had some free time today. Actually had a Christmas party with my in-laws. So I'm in Michigan, so I had to drive through an ice storm to get home. So I got home at 10:45. So.
So anyway, this has been Nate the Great and Aaron signing out, and we'll see you guys next week, and probably with an intro video. Doing an intro video. So,
oh, okay, awesome.
I'll have one set up for this show.
Awesome.
Anyway, so.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you